Welcome to the February 16th, 2017 regular school board meeting. At this time, we have nothing to report out from closed session, and will everybody please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have a approval of the agenda?
I move that we approve the agenda.
Do we have a second?
I'll second. Oh, sorry.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, agenda is approved. We have no highlight tonight. We will be visiting the high school for their open house and student showcase. Student reports. Welcome. And that will pick you up. We upgraded since probably last time you were here.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so for reporting on the high school, I'm Harper Tooch. I am the ASB president, and we had talent show, and it went very well. We had a lot of people come out and watch, and we did have a first, second, and third place. We had McNutt 2.0. They were a band. They won first. Then we had a Hector, he does like gloving, he won second, and then third place was Anders band. I'm not sure what they were called, but they won third. And then we had boys and girls senior nights for both basketball and soccer, and last night was basketball for boys, and it went well. We had a lot of spirit. And then tomorrow we have a minimum day.
And what's Saturday?
We're getting to that.
Okay.
Also, the elective fair was today, and that went well. We had a forum on the first Wednesday with Miss Kleinschmidt and students, which went well as well. And then on Saturday, we have a masquerade ball.
Thank you. Superintendent report? Turn your mic on.
Oh, there you go. Talk a little bit louder. So a couple quick items. We put the news article on the website that Benicia Unified School District, by this organization called the Niche Organization that analyzes colleges and school districts for their qualities. There's over 1,000 school districts in California, and the Benicia Unified School District is in the top 100. So we're very proud of that. And I looked at it very carefully. There's a lot of criteria and data that they collect based on school districts and how they perform. So that's a great achievement for us and good work to everybody. Quick reminder that the app that we talked about, the Benicia Unified app, we talked about at the last board meeting. We're looking at a March 1st launch date, and then Benicia Magazine, that nice magazine in town, is running an ad for us. So that will be part of our rollout process to inform everybody about the app and how it works, et cetera. So we're excited about that. I'd like to point out, it's a big deal, the trustees all know this, but the community, that Liberty High School was selected as a model continuation school. So that is another great achievement for us. And Ms. Severson and the principal there and the staff do a great job, and they put together a terrific application that reflects all the great work they do. So they've got that recognition, and that letter comes from the state superintendent of schools, Mr. Torlixon. So a great achievement, very excited about that. And just as a reminder, last year, three of our 4 elementary schools were gold ribbon, and then also our middle school and our high school have applied to see if they can get recognition on that state level as well, and we're still waiting to hear on that. Recognizing students, I wanted to point out quickly that there's 2 elements of recognition that we can do for graduating seniors that I was reminded of, and I wanted us to make that available for students, and Dr. Beetson and Ms. Kleinschmidt have worked on that. And the first one is, it's the Golden State Seal of Merit. And this is, you put it on your diploma, it's a great achievement, and you demonstrate mastery of curriculum in at least 6 subject areas, 4 of which are English language arts, mathematics, science, U.S. history, with the remaining 2 subject matters being selected by the student. And we already have identified 96 of our graduating seniors. So it's another great achievement, and I figure any opportunity we get to acknowledge the great work on our kids, we ought to do that. So that's that. And the other one that we're pursuing, it's called the the seal of biliteracy. And this is another acknowledgement that I like our students to have access to, and Ms. Beatson, Dr. Beatson's helping with that. The students demonstrate proficiency in English and a world language. And I won't read all the criteria, it's quite lengthy, regarding what they need to do to get that seal of biliteracy. So that's another thing that would be reflected on their diploma, a real feather in their cap for them. And so we want to make sure that we recognize kids and their hard work any way that we can. So there it is. That's it for me.
Okay, thank you. Any board reports?
Mr. Wing and I attended the meeting, so if you wanna go through that one.
I'll let you do that one.
You'll let me do that one. We attended the middle school last Friday. We had the opportunity to share the revised plan that we were looking at with regards to the bond project that will be going on at the middle school. I think we got some very interesting feedback and some conversations and suggestions that Lee, and I can't remember his last name, our architect, Pollard. I knew I was going to say that, and it didn't sound right. Lee Pollard did a great job of facilitating the meeting and capturing that information. So he's going to take it back, do some work on it, on our plan, and then bring it back for both the teachers and then for us to see as well. So the meeting lasted, I guess, about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I think it'll be good. It was a great opportunity for them to provide some feedback.
I have one announcement, the BEF mini grants for teachers will be out again the application will be coming out for fall 2017 projects, and so that should come out either late this week or early next week.
Can you remind us of the 10K again?
The BEF Run for Education is Sunday, April 23rd. Did I get it right this time? I think so. Sunday, April, and registration is open. And this is the 10th anniversary year. It's gonna be a big deal.
And I attended on Saturday the middle school and high school band Jazz and Crab, and that was outstanding. It was packed house at the clock tower, and you couldn't tell. You could hear the nice music, the nice jazz music, but if you weren't looking at the bands, you didn't know if it was the middle school or the high school band playing. I mean, that's how well it was. And the crab was probably the freshest crab I've had in years. I think they picked it up that day. I mean, it was really good. The whole thing was real good. So I'd like to thank our band for putting that on, and I know it's a good fundraiser for them, but the community really appreciate it as well. So-
I have one quick.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So I got, wow, hello. I'm gonna put this back. It's really loud, sorry. I got the opportunity to go to the Mission Springs field trip with my daughter's 5th grade class, which is part of the outdoor education program we have in 5th grade, and it was amazing. I just wanted to, I think it's a great program. The kids had a great time. I learned a ton, which was nice. I even got to have a banana slug on my face, which I did. And it was really exciting to watch the kids learning in this, not their traditional way. And it was a great experience. The teachers did a great job. The program's great, so I had a really great time. And I'm a huge proponent of it.
Well, thank you. This time, I'd like to thank our students, and hopefully we'll see you in a few minutes at the high school. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
This time, we will take comments from members of the public. Members of the public may address the board on any item within the board's jurisdiction. Cards which may be completed by requesting to address the board are available at the back table and may be submitted to the board secretary at the meeting. The governing board allows speakers to speak on agendized and non-agendized matters under public comment. And comments are limited no more than 3 minutes per speaker, and by law, no action may be taken on any item raised during public comment periods, and matters may be referred to staff for placement on the future agenda of the governing board. Is there anybody back there? You're all good?
Nothing.
Okay, I'm going to close public comment and consent calendar. All matters listed under the consent calendar are considered by the board to be routine and will be approved by the board in one motion. There will be no discussion on these items unless members of the board, staff, or public request specific items to be polled and discussed. Do we have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I'll make a motion to approve this consent calendar as written. Thank you.
And I will approve that motion.
You'll second that motion?
I'll second that motion.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Okay, that all passes. Thank you. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. Make sure we don't have anything we have to, okay. Discussion on report on enrollment and staffing.
Yes, I have a page coming around. We'll start with enrollment, taking a look at this year's enrollment compared to last year and projecting that into the future. So over the last 5 to 8 years, Benicia has experienced very stable enrollment. It's gone up and down just a little bit each year. But the current year, we're down about 100 students over all of our schools. And when we roll those grade levels into next year, there's another reduction of about 90 students. We basically have larger classes leaving and smaller class sizes moving up through the ranks. So it's just informational for right now. We're making all of our principals aware of it, working one-on-one with them. And as a result, with the less students in our schools, we also would need smaller staffs at those school sites. So we're working with the principals on that. And it looks like for next year, there'll be some adjustments at the secondary level and working with the principals with their staffing and making sure that all of the students fit into the classes. But again, with less students, there's just less, a need for some less or adjusted staffing. Fortunately for Benicia, each year we do have retirements and some departures, and at this point it appears that any reductions in staffing would be taken care of through natural attrition without the need for any layoffs.
So Tim, I have a question. With that said, this past year we had a reduction in enrollment, so that means that this year's budget will reflect that reduction, because that's going to mean we would have a cut in funds by 109 students.
So with that, there on the funding side, so this shows us what our enrollment actually is each year and what it is projected to be next year. So on the funding side, we get funded on average daily attendance, which is based off of enrollment, and the state does have a hold harmless clause in the funding side. So even though this year experienced a decline in enrollment, we're held harmless to last year's level. So we've already built that piece into our budget, but it's that outer year when we roll the classes forward that we are reducing down our revenues into 17-18, because at this point we're projecting less students.
So we'll have less money, 17-18, and then again we'll roll out 18-19 because we're going to be lower again next year.
Yeah, that trend. So we are, what we're saying at this point in time is we'll have that reduction roll into 17-18, and then we will project stable enrollment into 18-19. But again, as time goes on and that gets closer, we'll have a better idea come next fall when the kids actually show up, if we need to adjust those outer years for projections. We're coming back. The superintendent and I are working with a demographer. Even though Benicia's built out, there isn't a lot of room infill to build houses. When you build houses, more students come to your schools, unless a big project gets built on the outskirts of town, which there isn't any active plans for that right now. So, but we have contracted a demographer to check on birth rates and any other trends that they see in Solano County that may impact our projections. We don't know of anything obvious, but he is able to dig a little bit deeper and see if maybe there's something out there that that'll help us plan a little bit more accurately.
And when is that going to be ready?
Probably within the next month or so.
Any other questions? Any public questions? Okay, thank you. Consideration and approval of the site and district safety plans.
Good evening. Tonight, I'm pleased to present our safety plans. One is written for each site and for our district office. These are prepared for emergency situations of all types, and we know that that's a top priority for us here. Each year, the site administration, along with their staff and site council, review the plans, make revisions and adjustments as necessary. They practice the procedures and processes. Some are practiced monthly, and some are practiced yearly, depending on what the situations are. This year, I'd like to also thank Sean Thompson. He has taken a lead in our district. He's the vice principal at Benicia High School. He's taken a lead in being on top of all the trainings and bringing that back to us. And so each year, as we get ready to revise our site safety plans, he goes through them and helps us know what components need to be updated so that we are always implementing our best practices in that area. So tonight, I present to you the site safety plans for your approval.
Any questions or discussion? Other than I didn't have time to go through all of them, but I appreciate them. I know. I got them online, so I don't have a stack this high. Thank you.
I flipped through them. They're well done. You can
They
see the
are.
improvements from the last couple of years. It's been really great.
Thank you. And the signatures, I talked with Trustee Ferrucci. They get approved and written with the site council, but oftentimes the meeting where they actually do the signing off is before when I needed to upload them to here. So we will adjust those signature pages and get you on there as well. So that will be coming, yes.
And any public questions, comments? You're all good back there. Okay, with that, I'm going to adjourn so we could go to.
Don't we have to?
Oh,
We do have to have a
oh, I'm sorry.
We're talking about
We're
it.
talking about it. Sure. Is there,
I make a motion that we approve the site safety plans as submitted.
Right.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, now I'm going to adjourn so we go to the high school open house.